Administrator Mills, we've talked extensively about the salaries issue, and I just had one more point I wanted to ask about that, just for clarification. And as context, as you know, the IRS prohibits nonprofit entities from engaging in certain activities in order to maintain their status. Specifically, nonprofits must ensure that earnings do not benefit any private shareholder or individual, and as we've discussed, the CDCs at the heart of this report were paying an average of 25% of their earning in executive compensation, which, as most people would agree, is well above what you see generally in the nonprofit world. And you've said that you identify that as a problem and something you want to see corrected through the administration level. But my question is, would the SBA, would you support legislation that moved forward that strips CDCs of their nonprofit status when executive compensation is deemed to be excessive?
As we said, this is deeply disturbing because the money that goes into excessive salaries is really taken right out of the benefit of the community. And these CDCs are subject to our oversight, and we are going to issue corporate governance guidelines to this effect.
Good. But
would you yield, gentleman?
I would, Madam Chair.
Also, I would like to bring to the attention of the committee and the administrator that a recent IRS records show that a number of CDCs have luxury cars for companies' use, including a CDC with 2 Lexuses, another CDC driving Mercedes, and yet another one with a high-brand Acura. So do you think that these type of amenities are consistent with the goals of the program? And when you say that you're working on corporate governance, give us a timeline as to when those will be implemented.
Well, this is increasingly disturbing information, and thank you for bringing that to our attention. We'll give you a timeline, but this is for immediate attention.
Thank you for yielding.
Certainly. So the question was about legislation moving forward. Do you feel, given your answer, that it wouldn't be appropriate, that you identify this as a problem and you think you can correct it administratively? Or if we did decide to move forward legislation, is it something that we would have your support on?
Well, we certainly will move forward immediately on this. And I think we share the concern amongst us, so we're probably all in the same mind on this.
Great, thank you. General Gustafson, approximately 80% of loans guaranteed annually by the SBA are made by lenders to whom SBA has delegated the loan-making authority, as you know, and the SBA has centralized many loan functions and reduced the number of staff performing these functions. So the SBA has given more responsibility and independence to its lenders, but the need for effective oversight would seem to be more important than ever, given that fact. So has the OIG identified any systemic deficiencies in the SBA's lender oversight and risk management efforts?
We have been concerned with lender oversight as well. I know that there has been a very recent GAO report on lender oversight. We were actually intending to begin an audit of just the lender oversight process, and given the very extensive GAO report, which I thought, quite frankly, was very useful, we've held off on that because it seems kind of duplicative to come in at a time when SBA has made attestations that they are going to work on the issues that GAO has identified. We have concerns with lender oversight. We, of course, have had instances of lenders with delegated authority really doing some kind of bad things and having delegated authority a lot longer than they really should have, given that, just going on some prior cases, and obviously that's a big concern for us. So I would just echo what GAO has found. Sorry. We have in the past reiterated that we do think that understanding that SBA has a limited amount of resources but has a very important oversight role, we would like to see things like their on-site reviews timed more appropriately. So you have an on-site review at a time when you may be looking at a lender's delegated authority and their risk rating, and having the two kind of marry so that it becomes a useful tool and a timely tool. That's something that I think GAO echoed in their audit, and I think that would go a long way when you have limited resources. Directing the resources at the right time is crucial. I'm going to read my Post-it right now for a second. We have found in our Oversight of Recovery Act loans that we're concerned about the quality of purchase reviews. That's something that, again, needs to be really emphasized by SBA, and we come in and we have concerns about those. And again, we're concerned about the quality of on-site reviews and the timing of on-site reviews. That's something that's on our radar and that we'll be looking at as well. So.
Thank you both.
Mm-hmm.